I'm super excited about what I made for you this week, a little arcade. Let's take a closer look at what it will look like when you're finished with it. And there is a peek at the inside. I had so much fun drawing this for you. So I hope you have fun making it, because I had fun drawing it and creating it for you. Tutorial time! So I'm going to show you how to make this. These printables are all free on my website. Well, free as of today. And if you don't have a lot of ink, you can print out the black and white ones and color them yourself. And the other freebie I have for you, this is Clover. You can color her. This is what she looks like colored in. And with my dimple dollies, you can see their symbol is their dimples. It's also in the highlight of their eyes. She is a tomboy, if you can't tell. This inspiration came from the 80s when I was in middle school. Kids started wearing their overalls with one flap off and down. I have no clue why, but you know, what do middle schoolers typically do? Then I saw that this was kind of a trend. So I thought, let's meld the 80s with the 20s, see what happens. But her name is Clover. Let's get started making that. Easiest way to make these is first to score for your folds on the dash line. Then after that, cut on the solid lines. For this one, the doors open like this. So part of this line is going to be scored, part of this line is going to be cut. So I like to start by just doing a score line all the way down. And then we can break up where the cuts go. Cut there, that stays, this part stays folded or scored. Then the doors, the bottom there will be cut. We'll leave that scored. And then this last edge here will be cut. I wanted to make this arcade because it was flashback to the 80s when I grew up. And every year, my parents would bring us to Circus Pizza, which was like a Chuck E. Cheese, but we didn't have a Chuck E. Cheese near us, as far as I knew. So we went to Circus Pizza, and actually I lied. Not just once a year. It was once a year for my birthday and once a year for my brother's birthday. And then my little sister, she was way too little to really understand what a Circus Pizza was. So twice a year, we would go to Circus Pizza, and it was an absolute dream. Had so much fun. It was just, I don't know. I just could never wait for the day for my birthday so we could go to Circus Pizza. But this arcade is kind of reminiscent of the excitement when I would go to an arcade when I was a kid. Some of the insides of the arcade are, that I drew anyway, are a little more modern to the type of things that I see on YouTube that I like. Because I like to watch some YouTubers do claw machines, which granted, there were claw machines when I was a kid. But the other thing I love is those jewel pushers or gem pushers. We have to cut the top of the doors now. And down the center. So we can actually open the doors. And here's the bummer. The change machine is broken. Oof. That always makes for a terrible day at the arcade. So let's score the sides so the doors can fold open. And this is what it should look like. So far, we fold that. We fold this open. This open, I like to fold them back the other way too. And this is how it should look so far. Before we score and cut everything, so here's the gem pusher that I drew. I just love watching the YouTubers play these gem pushers. Here's the prizes. These are my little characters. Mr. Buttles. He's a hamstertle. His dad is a turtle and his mom is a hamster. This is Smudgy, the snail, and that's Meowsers, the cat. Here are the arcade games. Of course, I had to make them after the 80s arcade games. This one is the Mr. Buttle's Booty, so Little Pirate's Booty. That one is reminiscent of Donkey Kong. This one, honestly, I don't remember. That's Tetris. I don't know. I think I just threw some coins in there. I honestly don't remember. And then here's the claw machines. A bunch of Mr. Buttles in there. That was fun to draw. And then that's Hoppers. Hoppers is a little bunny. So here, I'm addicted to these Gashapon machines. Now, I don't know if they had Gashapon machines when I was a kid because these are in Japan, but they did have those cheap vending machines. These are not cheap vending machines. These are the Japanese ones that have high quality toys inside. They're usually between $3 and $6 per item. So I'm a Gashapon addict. I just love it. Oh yeah, there's Krusty, the pizza. So that is the tour, and of course the typical bright yet dark colored carpet that we had in the 80s and the neon lights in the ceiling. So now that you've had the official tour, let's go ahead and bring it to life. As I knock over my lights. So let's score. So yeah, the arcade, Circus Pizza, and then also, do you remember McDonald Land? My parents would take us to McDonald Land every single year. Oh my gosh, we looked so forward to that because the playground was up the hill, up the stairs kind of, and it was so magical. There were like the coolest things to play on that you could not find at any other playground. I was so enamored with it. And every year when I know it was getting time for McDonald Land Day, I just remember being so excited because I had memories of it from the year before and I knew it was going to be amazing, and every single time it was. And you know what else is cool? We actually got to see the woman spray paint the brick wall. Obviously it had been redone since then, and it actually doesn't even exist anymore to the one that we went to when I was little. But oh man, I don't know what was more fun, the anticipation of it or actually being there. Well, of course I know. Actually being there was more fun, but I'm telling you, the buildup of actually going there was amazing. We, for vacations, we would take a long road trip to see my grandparents. We typically did that every summer. That was our vacation. And I always looked forward to that every year too. We couldn't afford Disney World like most people couldn't, but I don't know, when you have awesome parents who are so good to you all year round, you really don't need Disney World. Which I realize the people who can afford Disney World, I'm not saying they're not good parents. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. I think I can stop with the disclaimers. I always tend to do that. I say something like, oh, what if they took it this way? I didn't mean it this way. But I was actually recently diagnosed with autism. And oh my gosh, has that answered a ton of lifelong mysteries. That's one of the reasons, though, why I'm always thinking, oh, I hope they didn't take that the wrong way. But what I have to remember is it's not my responsibility for how people take the things that I say. Yes, it is my responsibility to do my best to phrase things in a way that gets across my point, but you know, that people who know me always know no matter what I say, I always mean it in the best way. So if I say something weird, just assume that I mean it in a nice way. We're almost done cutting all this out. To me, the folding is the most fun part, I think. And you don't have to use a knife. You can just cut this out with the scissors. You can do the scoring with the scissors too. I've said this in previous videos, but I don't remember, I don't think I said it. No, I didn't say it in this one. When I score, which is just creating a line to fold, I use the dull side of the knife. You'll see me, I use the knife, but it wasn't the sharp side, obviously, or it would have cut it out. All right, we are just about done. It seems like, to me, it feels like it takes forever to get this piece done because there's so many things to cut out. Although, maybe it feels like forever because I'm talking so much. Who knows? We are done. So now the most fun part, in my opinion, is folding, because it folds so easily when you score it first. Look how easy that folds. This is what you should have so far. Now it's time for double stick tape is your friend. I like double stick tape because you don't have to fold it over. It sticks really well. What I don't like about it is it's expensive. But you get what you pay for. You buy a $1 glue stick, you're gonna have to wait for it to dry. It's gonna slide around. But who knows, maybe you prefer a glue stick because it slides around, so it gives you a little more flexibility if you make a mistake. Of course, you gotta wait for it to dry. I'm not really one who likes to wait. Honestly, I don't think many humans like to wait. But we do spend a lot of our life waiting. I try to make that my relaxation time, like when I wait in line at the grocery store or something. Get out my phone and just relax. That's why I like the book apps. Just read a couple pages in your book while you're waiting in line. Of course, if you've got young kids, that's not possible. Then waiting in line would be torture for you. So this is what we got so far. Then we just take this and put it on that. It really is that easy. Double stick tape is your friend. So just line it up there. And we have the almost finished product. One more thing we have to add, because we do not want our flaps to flop. No flopping flaps here. Let's get some Velcro. You could use magnets too, but sometimes the magnets are a little too heavy. And then also, because I really can't find white magnets, they really stick out. So I prefer this Velcro. So first I put it on the paper so I know what size I need, and then I cut the paper. Then fold it backwards like this. Cut the excess off. we take our friend here, put that on the back. Take the double stick tape side, put it on the edge here, and then just let it fall naturally where it wants to fall, and then press that. So now, there we go. No flopping flaps. We're not done yet. We have to make Jules stand. Do you remember that trend in the 80s with the hanging one of the overalls straps off your hip? Oh, trends are so goofy. But you know what? Why not? It's not hurting anybody, right? What is the weirdest trend of your childhood that you can think of? Of course, that's not the weirdest trend for me. The weirdest trend is the big hair, big fun of the 80s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the middle schoolers and high schoolers of the 80s are single-handedly responsible for the ozone layer. Oh, I'm telling you, the Aquanet, the Rave, that Rave hairspray. I don't even want to see a picture of what my lungs probably look like from all that hairspray in the 80s. Man, we just caked it on. Oh, this story. So when I was, my little sister's 7 years younger than me and 6.5, whatever. And she said she remembers going to the pool with me. She said I completely submerged underwater. And when I came back up, she said my bangs completely flipped back up like boing. She said your hairspray held completely after going all the way underwater. Oh man, we laughed. It was just hilarious. But I knew how to do my hair in the 80s, that's for sure. This is how this works. You fold these, and then you just tape this here, because that's a fairly sturdy stand. What you don't want is for it to be angled like that, or she'll fall forward. So you want this bottom piece to be, my favorite word, perpendicular to the front of her. And you'll see if you did it right, because when you set it down, if she falls forward, you didn't do it right. She's a little wobbly, so I may just bend her some more. There we go.
And we are done with this project anyway. We still have a few more things to do, like Random Craft of the Week. For this week's Random Craft, I thought I would try a Squishmallow makeover. That was a trend that started, I saw it on YouTube, and I believe it started about 5 years ago or so. I know that the squishy makeovers were even further back than that. But I thought step one, find the ugliest Squishmallow possible, because I don't think I'd have the heart to tear up one of those really cute ones. If you think he's cute, my apologies. I wasn't sure where to start, but I thought that tail kind of looks like a nose. So let's do a little plastic surgery here and see what that tail looks like if we take it off and make it a nose. But we can't just leave that hole there, just letting all the stuffing out. So I went to Five Below, not sponsored, and thought I think the best thing to put there to replace that would definitely be, because I'm such a mature adult, a whoopee cushion. So we're just gonna stuff that bad boy in there and sew around it, or actually I don't know how to sew, so maybe we'll just glue it. He wasn't real excited about his upcoming transplant, so Mr. Buttles decided to help him out here. Oh my God. That was so cringe. I thought, oh, let's just see what a little stop motion would look like. All right, no more of that. Oh, well, I tried. Before we put the nose on, though, I thought we still got to take care of the other end where the whoopee cushion is, because that's going to be a mess if we don't sew or glue that up. And I'm trying to find a matching color here, but all I have is dark gray, which does not match. So I started thinking, maybe we don't try to match. Rather than making it look like a mistake, like it's somewhat matched, let's just, if you're going to make a mistake, make it big, make it loud. So I cut out a little piece so we could see what it looks like if we were to use that to stitch it up. And when I took a step back, I thought, he looks like a baboon, and we can't have a baboon without a babooty. Because I don't like to sew, I decided to just buy this super fabric adhesive, but oh, baby, are those fumes strong. I'm telling ya, I had no idea how strong the smell of this stuff is. Because of that, I vowed to never use that toxic stuff again and decided to just resort to thread and needle. But at that point, it was too late. The fumes were too strong, and don't worry, I come to here pretty quick. But while I'm out, let's just talk about safety. You should probably read the label first before using anything in an enclosed space. Yeah, I'll never make that mistake again. Okay, now that I'm watching this clip as I'm editing, that was even more cringe than the stop motion. Let's just say I'm better at drawing than I am making videos. My younger self would definitely cut out that part where I was pretending to faint, but my current self just doesn't care. I actually kind of want to leave it in, so if there's anybody out there afraid of starting a YouTube channel and worrying about maybe looking like an idiot, well, just take a look at my videos. That should encourage you to start. I'm thinking these eyes are absolutely perfect for this new makeover. But I kind of wanted him to have a cartoon look. I mean, really, I don't think I can make him look any worse than he already does. But hey, like I say, if you're going to make a mistake, make it big, make it loud. As you saw, the primer is just beading up on the plastic there, B-E-A-D-I-N-G, not like taking it out or anything. So I learned that you have to sand smooth surfaces first so the primer has something to grab onto. So hey, I learned something. Next, I'm painting the eyes to look more cartoony. I like to draw hearts for the highlights of my cartoon character eyes. And as you can see, not quite a masterpiece, but it did make me laugh. Oh, but we're not done yet. There's more. YouTube also taught me that this fabric glue for a glue gun works miracles, and oh my gosh, does it ever. Thank you, all the YouTube crafters out there, because you saved me from the fumes. This doesn't have nasty fumes like that other glue did. Here's what he looks like so far, and would I ever do it again? Never again. But am I glad I did it? Yes, because I learned a lot. You either win or you learn, and sometimes learning is a lot more valuable than winning. The worst part of this project was actually not how ugly it turned out, but the fact that the stupid whoopee cushion didn't work. Long-term project update. My gallery wall has gotten no further. I haven't done a darn thing on it all week. My other long-term project, my website, still isn't done. It's very close, but I still have some QA checks and different things before I can launch it live. So currently my website still looks like this, but you can still download the crafts for free, so that part's cool. It's time to get a sneak peek at the crafts next week. I just wanted to remind you of something. When you make something or draw something and it doesn't turn out the way you wanted, try not to let it bother you. You have to think of it as it was time well spent because you practiced something, you learned what doesn't work, and even in this video, I realized how cringe it was when I was pretending to pass out from the fumes, and then also when I did that little stop motion with Mr. Buttles. Oh, that it was not good. And yeah, I could get better at it if I kept practicing, but I just don't really have a desire to get better at being like a YouTube actor or something. I have no desire to get really good at stop motion. My desire in life is to become a better artist, better illustrator. So I tried it and I wanted to leave it in and not edit it out so you guys could, you know, see it. Don't be afraid to try something. Well, and especially that Squishmallow makeover. Oh my gosh, that was a train wreck. But you know what? It made me laugh. I hope it made you laugh too. So don't be afraid to try things, because even if it turns out like if you feel stupid or something, and I don't like to say feel stupid, but 20 years ago I would have felt really stupid and would not have included that in my video. I would have edited that out. But my current self, I seriously don't care, because I'm just proud of myself when I try something new, because it's really good for your brain when you try something new. It really is. So if you try something and you're not good at it, think of it was good for your neurology. I don't know the terms, but it's really good for the brain to try something and do something new. That's everything I have for you this week. I hope you loved what I drew for you. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you don't, keep your mouth shut. I'm just kidding. If you don't, I actually do want to hear from you. I love hearing what people like and don't like, because everybody has such different preferences. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time.